Hello, it's the day of the first of uploads, and today my review is of Doctor Who Season 7 Episode X or 0 if you're American. Gotta keep saying that. Doctor the Widow and the Wardrobe. Day? Yeah, that's right. Oof, it's fairly late at night, and for me it's Christmas Eve, so yeah, I'll just try and make a 10 or 15 minute video. I've actually been looking at the analytics, most of you don't watch more than 5 minutes of these at most, so yeah, that might be something I need to take into account. But for the Revolution one, that will have to be longer. So let's just basically get into the plot. The Doctor is beginning on a spaceship, and yeah, he's crashing. The Doctor has to get a spaceship, he's got the wrong way around Madge in the suit repair and helps him repair himself. Madge is a nice person who helps the Doctor find a TARDIS, find a police box, which is the real TARDIS, and then go to another one, and then when they do show those parts, another one, and the Doctor goes in and this TARDIS and he goes away. Then 3 years later, from Madge's point of view, so 1941, Christmas Eve. She wakes. You see her telegram which says her husband is missing in action. She believes that he's dead, but it says missing in action, I think, anyway. Yeah. So what they do, they go down to Uncle Digby's house, even though he doesn't live there anymore, so they don't get bombed. Basically, the Doctor shows him a tour of the house, and then at night, Cyril wakes up and goes down to the present and opens it. It's a completely world, it's a harvest forest world inside. Yeah, the entire plot is that Cyril goes in, and the Doctor just finds he's not in there. Yeah, but he is, and they all basically go into the thing after Cyril does, so they get to him, and so they can all try and leave. But Madge finds out after she's gone through that the planet's going to be burned in around just over 5 minutes. You have acid rain, so they can burn the trees and use them for some sort of battery fuel. It's one of the best fuels there is, apparently. Yeah, basically, Madge and the Doctor, at this point, the Doctor, Lily and Cyril are in a sort of tower made of wood. Tower made of wood with a sort of weird dome on top, with a wooden king and queen. Yeah, the stars are coming out of the trees, and that's a life force. They're going into the dome, but they need someone living to harness that energy and travel and take them for time base to somewhere they can be happy and free and they won't die. Yeah, Madge is the strongest out of them because mum equals mothership, and then they go home, and then Madge has to think of Reg. Reg is the thing that she's thinking of, but that shows, and then when people are showing them what's going on, shows them what's going on, and then yeah, they see Reg's death, quote unquote death, and then they go back to the Christmas morning, find out Reg is actually alive, and that's pretty much the main plot. And the only other thing to mention is that Madge forces the Doctor to go see Amy Roy again for Christmas. That is basically the plot. And if you haven't seen the episode and don't understand that, yikes. Fair enough, because there's a few things I'm going to say about that. I'm just going to read one notes now, and then I'm going to mag that. So the Doctor, initially in a bad spot when he crashes down to England, later on in his life he tries to give Madge and her family the best Christmas ever. When he shows Lily what's inside the present, he is rushing to find someone without knowing the imminent danger of themselves. What's about happening? Eventually they find Sybil, and the Doctor learns that the trees are being burned anyway. The planet is, the trees are being burned. He tells Madge to fly the ship. Informs Madge that Red is not dead, and is forced by Madge to see Amy and Rory, and he cries when after his reaction, meeting them again. And he's like, yeah, I've missed this. Now Joelle doesn't want to tell the kids that their dad is dead. She helped the doctor out in the past. Is originally irritated when she meets the doctor properly, so at the house. Does not want the children to die also when she finds out with the acid rain. So she tries to pilot a droid ship so she can save them. It takes the forest to somewhere they can live freely. Also saves her husband without knowing it originally. I mean, I should have said that. Yeah. Initially, when they show that clip, it's just him, and they don't show anything like. When they show that again later on, when they're traveling to this big ball of light, and the ball of light is this dome thing that I mentioned on top of the tower. Madge basically. They were going for the time vortex. She was thinking about all these moments. So this one must have struck up particularly, and they went to this point without knowing it, and then Reg seen the light. We definitely see this point. Reg sees the light, and they glide the ship into the time vortex, and then he took it even faster. Yeah, because for them it would really been for Madge and her children only been a few hours, because it would have been Christmas Eve, late night, somewhere between 9 and Christmas Eve and like 4 or 5 Christmas Day morning, and it's like 10 AM. Yeah, but Red skipped like 5 days because the thing says 24th December, 4.5 maybe. Yeah, doesn't want to tell the kids about the night that Dad died. Yeah, she forces the doctor to go to his friends at Christmas. Lily and Cyril, not much to say on them. Wants us to be their best Christmas ever, but when they hear that Dad died and they see the moment outside on the screen thing, they want to know why and why she lied and how he died. However, the Dad is in fact alive, and they're overjoyous. There's not really much to say about Amy and Rory because we're only in it like 2 minutes tops. Like, surprised the Doctor has returned. Like, not that he's alive because of the wedding river song they know that he's alive, but I suppose he's come back to see them. But happy all the same. That's basically my notes. I'm trying to get this as done as quick as I can. Maybe try and get it for 12 minutes. What can I say? I'm not a big fan of this episode. I'm not saying it's completely terrible. I'm just saying this is not done well. Shut up. No. Notification. Basically, yeah, it's in a rush. They don't really. There's a lot of build up. Like the first 20 odd minutes, like you can basically take most of that out. Not all of it, but most of it. You really just need to show them the Doctor meeting them all at the house, and then show them cut to them sleeping. Maybe show the person. Yeah, the yeah, no, like if they had the episode longer, like 75 minutes, I think they could have, but the time they had with the normal stuff, they could have balanced it out evenly, but they didn't. And yeah, so it was all in a rush when we actually got to the planet. That was, yeah, it was a rush of saying, oh, this is a problem here, that. It's only in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the episode where the Doctor fully knows what's happening. The Doctor usually knows around halfway, but he's trying to stop it. So I think that's a bad point. Cyril wasn't written well. He could have been written better. Lily was written okay. Madge, I think Madge was a fairly good. What's her name? Claire Skinner. I think she was a very good actress in it. Yeah, there's not really much I can say about it because, like, there was. I don't think it was consistent either. The episode was good in some spots, bad in the other. And honestly, they called it the Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. It was like, at least with the last episode of Christmas Carol, like these 2 episodes are meant to be based on the famous novels with the same name. But yeah, the last one made us feel really clever when we understood it. This one just made us feel like we're idiots who are trying to understand it in a way. No, it's like, and it is a bit convoluted, because they don't tell us what is going on really until like the last 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this episode. It's not the best of the Matt Smith specials. Yeah, no, it's a breath. Like Christmas Carol was a breath of fresh air that Moffat reinvigorated the Christmas special. This one's like he's almost taking a shit in it. If you know what I mean. Not I think almost because of one of his other ones, or at least down if it's maybe two of them. Yeah. So yeah. Like if it was something else. I like how they're exploring the Doctor without Amy and Roy on his own, and he's helping. Like they did sort of deal with that with Closing Time, but it was someone he already knew personally. He already knew Craig in Closing Time, but he didn't personally know Madge. Like he met her once, yeah, but he, it was just getting him back to the TARDIS. That wasn't really enough. That was a good aspect of showing the Doctor and what he's like alone when he's not got any friends or family with him. So yeah, what would I rank this one? Honestly, I'm gonna rank this a 5. Like there are some good points about the episode, but I think it's on level with the next Doctor for now. Later on, I might change that. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, like the Christmas Carol was a clever one. The thing is, not too made it clever, but not too clever, because we don't want to over-analyze episodes on Christmas. This is a Christmas special. It's not like it's a proper episode of the series where it could in the episodes there's usually in most series anyway. It's like a story arc or some sort of yeah. The Christmas Carol was clever enough that made you feel clever, but not too clever. It's like, what the heck? This one is basically doing that. I was like, why? No. It's meant to be a Christmas Day episode. It's meant to be fun and relaxing, not one where you've got to think about it every 2 minutes. So that, yeah, I'm going to put that 5 out of 10 along with the next Doctor for now. I think that's all I can say. And yeah, so this one will be, it doesn't matter. It'll be out when it's out. So can't wait to see your what was I going to say? Brains just stopped working. And next episode reviewing will be the Snowmency 7 episode XX, because this is a weird one. That one is in between two halves of the series, unlike the other one, which are either at the beginning or at the end of the series. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. So Mr. Scarlo, out. Adios.